because it's the birthplace of the blues and the birthplace of rock and roll and the home of the blues. Right here we have Sun Studios. We have the Rock and Roll, Rock and Soul Museum. It got it all right here in Memphis. And if you're in Memphis, there ain't no better place to listen to music than right here in Neal, because we've got the best acoustics in the world. We've got the best sound engineer in the world, and Richard Butler, my friend over there. I tell you what, it's all here, right here in Neal. So you are in the music capital of the world, and I'm proud to be here. Now, my job took me around the world. I've listened to music everywhere, Amsterdam, London, Tokyo, you name it. And I love it here in Memphis. Tonight, I want to thank several people, especially Neal. Thank you, Neal. Wade. Neal Hines, everybody. He's the owner and one of the sponsors of this program. Now, I want to thank Larry Garber, my friend Larry. Hey, Garbo, raise your hand, Garbo. Garbo, shut up. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Thank you. Another sponsor of this program, and myself. I also want to thank Pat Rainey. Pat, raise your hand. Pat Rainey does all the decorations. She's a great friend. And when I asked her, I said, Pat, what's the theme for this month? She thought a minute, and she said, look, we just had Memorial Day a couple of weeks ago. We just had the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and we've got July the 4th around the corner. Let's do a Veterans Day salute. So that's what we're doing tonight, a Veterans Day salute. We're going to be doing that a little bit later after the first band break. Okay, tonight's entertainment is the Bubba Feathers Band. And yeah, if you've never heard them, they are rockabilly legends, rock and roll legends. Let me tell you a little bit about Bubba, and then I'm going to get him up here, and we're going to have a little interview. All right, the Bubba Feather dad was Charlie Feathers. The Charlie Feathers was signed by Sun Studios and Sam Phillips in 1955 with a young truck driver from Tupelo, Mississippi, named Elvis Eric Presley. And right over there in that picture, that photograph over there, you see Elvis with a DJ here named Dewey Phillips and a guy named Joe Coogie who owned a record store here in town, Pop Tunes. And I was with my dad in the car in 1955. I was just a little kid. And I turned on the radio, WHBQ, and Dewey Phillips played That's All Right Mama by Elvis Presley over and over and over again. My dad said, turn that damn radio off. And Dewey Phillips said, this kid is going to be really big. Well, is that an understatement or what? So what a privilege it is tonight to welcome to Neal's Bubba Feathers. Bubba, come on, join me, please. Totally unrehearsed. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Come over here, Rick. Welcome y'all out to Neal's, y'all.
Okay.
Hi, Danny. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm going to tell you an Elvis story, and then I want you to tell me an Elvis story, okay? Your dad, Charlie Feathers, played with Elvis.
Before he was there.
Yeah, and he wrote songs and recorded with Elvis and Johnny Cash and Simpler, right?
Right.
All right, so I'm 15 years old, and I'm throwing my paper route in East Memphis around the Highland, Summer Avenue area. And I look up, and here comes a bunch of guys on their Harleys. And who's leading the pack? E.P. himself. And he didn't have no damn helmet on. He had a Harley Davidson motorcycle hat on. And of course I recognized him, and I just waved at him with a newspaper. And he pulled over. He said, you got a newspaper this morning, son? I said, yes, sir, I sure do. I said, yes, sir, Mr. Presley. And he said, well, you know who I am? I said, hell yes, I know who you are. I'm 15 years old, but I ain't stupid, you know. He said, I'll take one. He gave me a $20 bill. The newspaper was 20 cents. Is that a pretty good deal? I wish I'd had the presence of mind to get him to autograph that bill. Anyway, so tell me an Elvis story.
Well, hell, back when I used to go out to Elvis's house with my dad, I was in diapers. So I really don't know much about it, you know. But I did go to an interview. They was interviewing Colonel Tom Parker. And he said, I made Elvis. And the guy said, well, make another one.
Really?
Really?
The thing I like about Elvis is he was such a generous person.
He was.
There's a story about him being at Madison Cadillac down on Madison Avenue there. And there was a lady looking at a Cadillac, happened to be a black lady, and Elvis went up to her, and she didn't have any idea who he was. And he says, look, if you were going to buy a Cadillac, what color would you buy? She said, I like this black one right here. He bought it for her on the spot and walked away. She never did know who it was.
Really?
True story. Tell me about your band. Who's with you?
Well, I got Hound Dog Raymond Gann on the bass. He's Jerry Lee's today's bass player. Been with him quite a few years.
Raise your hand, Raymond. All right.
Hound Dog. That's what we call it.
Hound Dog, okay.
There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. Who's next?
And we got Bill Darby on the keyboards. He played Rum Boogie down on Beale Street for what, 15 years, Bill? Something like that. And played the Americana Club with us, played with everybody in town. Back at the old Vapors Club, back to all them entertainers up out there.
You call your band the Americana Band. Why?
Because this is the four of us. And we got Julie Carter with us too, see?
Julie?
Yeah, we got Julie Carter with us. And I got my cousin Bubba Pinkham on drums. He's big Bubba, I'm little Bubba, but I outgrew him, you see? His dad was Dick Stewart. He used to book Elvis, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, my dad, Roy Orbison, all of them.
Okay, other than your dad, who was your biggest influence?
Me. I don't know.
You're modest too.
I don't know. I love John Fogerty, you know.
Oh yeah. I got a great John Fogerty story. We were up in Oshkosh at the big air show up there, and they had a good house band at the Holiday Inn. And they played some CCR stuff, you know. And I knew John Fogerty was a pipe. So I'm sitting in the lounge listening to this band of, you know, young kids in college, and they were doing CCR pretty good. And I look up, and here's signing in at the desk, John Fogerty. And I went over there, and I knew who he was, of course, and I said, Mr. Fogerty, I'm Dan blah, blah, blah. I said, look, this band in here has been playing CCR stuff. Would you come and sit in with them? He said, you're kidding me. I said, no. They didn't have any idea who it was. And he played a couple songs, and this kid looked at me and he said, this is really him, isn't it? I said, yes, it is. True story. Okay, I'm going to get my butt off the stage here and let these guys.
And you going to leave me up here?
Well, yeah, you got to play it. I'm going to get off here and let them do their thing. But listen, tonight we're saluting veterans. And Pat's decorated the place beautifully. And after they take the break, we're going to do a little salute to veterans. And I want to thank all you people for what you did for this country. Okay? Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, man. You know who I'm talking